We grand rising, and welcome back to the Concerned Citizens podcast. We are your host. I am the lurker and godmama. We.
Rich Rising, and welcome back to another Rising Transit Report. Today, we've got some news that you definitely could use and a little bit of sauciness. So
We.
get comfy, hit the like, and we'll be right back.
Straight up, straight to a penthouse, Miami Beach. Hey, yo, talk crazy on tweets. They don't want it cause I come to defeat. They don't want it. I peep, these niggas all sweet. Bamboo sticks all in the Jeep. It's a new weirdo every week. Get the whip, put it up for my seeds. No care for the IG, just no care. Anything for club. They do anything for club. Do anything for club. They do anything for club. Do anything for club. They do anything for club. Do anything for club.
Whole lot of people need to hear this. It's a lot of names on my hit list. I'm still say what he wants to. Still wet like a big. I should run a whole blog at this rate. They using my name for clickbait. Even wanna start fake beef.
We got it. We got it. We're trying a new stream service today, y'all. So bear with us. As you can see in the corner, it says Restream. We're trying that. We are trying some alternatives to StreamYard. And just bear with us. We might be a little slow, a little rusty with this. It's our first time using it. Well, we've played with it, but this is our first time going live with it. So
Mhm.
y'all come on in and just bear with us. And like our mama said, we got some news you might use.
Mhm.
So we got it
Where's
going
my
on.
snare? Because baby, it's been okay. So
Hair?
we had a fast, right? And during the fast, we had school shootings happen, and then we come off of the fast, and there's an active shooter in London, Kentucky. They still haven't found him. We've got Venezuelan gangs taking over apartment complexes in Colorado.
Baby.
Um, what is going on, y'all? What
What
is
is
going
going
on?
on?
Rich
What is
Rising
going on?
here. What we lying about today?
Child. The news.
The
The
news.
news. It's getting active in the States, y'all. It's getting
Mhm.
active. And usually summertime is when I see a lot of aggression. But it seems like summer went by pretty mild.
Mhm.
And now it's getting amped up. And I know we talked about this on the yesterday or Friday show, Saturday show. We talked about election season and what that brings.
Right.
We said put on your little tinfoil hats and be prepared for some of the conspiracy theories to come out, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So with that, like Godmama said, the school shooting, then there's an active shooter out in Kentucky somewhere. Uh, Gangs taking over complete apartment complexes, which we're going to get into all that because we were warned that this was going to happen.
Yes, we
There
were.
was a gentleman straight from Venezuela saying, "Hey, y'all come over here oh, you're in Denver? Ooh, Mayor, how's it? You're going to have to give me a little inside info about how that's looking out there in Denver."
Please.
For
Please.
sure. You're going to have to give us a little inside info if you don't mind. But let's run it back real quick to before we jump too far ahead with the Venezuela. Let's get back to the situation that happened in Georgia, Appalachia school shooter. Okay, because this a lot of us are parents that have kids in school, whether it's secondary or elementary, all the way up to university.
Mhm.
So this is concerning for a lot of us and how the media is portraying it. What's going We did talk a little bit last episode about how the parent is getting charged.
Mhm.
I did get a tidbit of info saying it was the mother that turned it in. The mother called the school 30 minutes before it happened and said, "Hey, y'all need to go find my son. He is threatening to shoot up the school." Well, they went and looked. They got tangled up with some other student that had a similar name.
Mhm.
Looked for about 30 minutes, couldn't find him, and went about their day.
Right.
So
Right.
kudos to the mom, because I know I banged on her pretty hard about the situation of, her tying up her mother and her past drug abuse. Um, but kudos to the mom for putting out a warning. And I think that's why she's not getting charged with the dad, because she
Absolutely.
tried to let the administration know. Okay. So
Right.
kudos to you, mama,
And I
regarding.
think I and I think I had said that once when we were talking about, a similar situation, like, when my children go to school, I check around my house. I check to make sure things are where they're supposed to be,
Yes.
because if something was to go awry, I have to make a phone call. I have to be responsible and
Mm-hmm.
say, "Hey, I have such and such missing. You might want to check my kid. I'm on my way." You know what I'm saying? Um, and so like you said, kudos to her for doing the responsible thing you're supposed to do as a parent when you know something's off, when you know your child is about to do something that's devastating.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, and I know a lot of the times school shootings get thrown under the rug as like hoaxes and things of that nature, but Rich Eye Soul Fight, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
Well,
'Cause
when
it's
there's
it's too
mental,
much all the time.
when there's no true mental outlet,
Mhm.
they're saying, he was depressed, all these other situations. We've got to keep eyes on those people. Okay. If you know
Absolutely.
a loved one that's suffering with depression, keep an eye on them, whether adult
Mhm.
or child. And when it is a juvenile, when it is a minor, they don't really know how to handle that.
Mm.
And it doesn't matter if you give them prescriptions or not, there's still side effects to these prescriptions. So it's not an end all be all. Oh, well, I gave him his meds. That's
Right.
not enough, because
No.
some, what are they, the SSRIs or something? Some of these antidepressants trigger homicidal, suicidal thoughts. That is a huge
Absolutely.
side effect for some of these depression meds. Um, so you just got to keep an eye on them. You don't have to tell them, but just watch them. Keep an eye on
Mhm.
them. Check out. I know it seems a little invasive, but check out their room. See what they're drawing. See what they're writing. Make a little fake account and follow your child on their socials.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm. Yeah.
just keep up with your kids, babes.
Absolutely. Kids deserve some sort of privacy? Absolutely.
Hmm.
But it is also our duty to keep them safe because we are adults and we understand that they don't they barely know how to wash their behinds properly. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
listen, I'm all up in my kids' business. You can
Yeah.
call it what you want. But
Hmm.
my children have freedom, but I'm still in their business because I
Hmm.
need to know. Period.
Yeah. Yep. I'm the same way, Godmama. I'm the same way. I had to get on my son about that when he's leaving the house. He needs to come put eyes on me. Let me put eyes on him before he step out my house.
Mhm.
In
Right.
adolescents and teens, yes, soul fight.
Mhm.
That's something I was looking into. Um, you know, it's just unfortunate, very unfortunate. The life that we are engaging in and expecting our teens to just handle it. Okay, there's a lot of
Mhm.
adults that can't handle it.
Oh,
Why are you expecting a teen to? Okay.
right. Right.
So, speaking of which, though, we have a video from Godmama. It's from CNN. It is a beautiful young student who says she came face to face with the school shooter. And she's going to describe what she saw. So let's go ahead and get into this. I've got it
I
shared up.
Yes,
Okay.
what's up? I do not have my fair use disclaimer video, so fair use disclaimer. This is for news reporting and educational entertainment purposes only. Rich
Student to lay
rise,
eyes on
y'all.
Colt Gray just moments before
Hey,
she says
misunderstood.
he began
Hey, Meech.
his deadly rampage.
Like, he knocked on the door. I went up. I saw him holding a bag and just pulling the gun out. I'm not sure what kind of bag was it, but I seen him pulling it out of a bag, and like the gun was so big. Like,
Gray was her classmate, and their class the first he tried to enter, she tells CNN.
I always look out the door before I open it. That's just like it's a habit.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
My mom taught me.
Sorry.
But as her teacher instructed her to let him back in, she said,
I know he has a gun. If I would have opened the door, then like he would have got every single one of us in that class. And I don't want me, my teacher, my friends in the class, and my other classmates, I don't want none of us to get hurt. So I just didn't go. Like, I thank God that I did not open that door.
Jones said Gray moved on to her sister's class down the hall.
Colt shot my teacher multiple times.
Malaysia Mitchell
Gosh.
says she'll never be able to erase the image of her teacher, Richard Aspinwall, begging for help.
We had to drag our teacher's
Lay
body
down.
and fully into the classroom. We heard him take his last breath.
Mitchell says she felt powerless.
I've been trained what to do, like give CPR and other stuff, but I couldn't because I couldn't help him. So I ended up having a seizure.
The 14-year-old suspect who allegedly caused all this pain in court today, with families of the victims just feet behind him.
You're charged with 4 counts of felony murder.
Just minutes after the suspected shooter left the courtroom, where he did not enter a plea, his father walked in for his own first appearance.
2 counts of felony murder in the second degree. You're charged with 4 counts felony involuntary manslaughter.
And he's charged with 8 counts of second-degree felony cruelty to children. An arrest warrant for Colin Gray alleges he gave his son a firearm when he knew his son was a threat to himself and to others. It's only the second time a parent has been charged in connection with a mass shooting carried out by their child.
The GBI has arrested.
Restream be a little wonky on this.
Colin Gray.
Yeah.
Last April, in an unprecedented case, the parents of Ethan Crumley were each sentenced to 10 to 15 years for involuntary manslaughter. The DA in the case says Colt Gray may face additional charges.
You can anticipate there will be new charges on Colt Gray because we never addressed the other victims in the school.
At Appalachia High, some students left wondering how they can possibly move forward.
Do you think you'll be able to come back to school?
Yes, because I'm not going to walk in fear.
Joey Jackson's with me now, our legal analyst, criminal defense attorney, of course, and Tim Clemente, former FBI agent. So,
Wow. So she said she had a seizure. I mean, oh, these poor children, and how strong she is. You're right, misunderstood. She is a little hero. I can't even imagine this. And it's still like the school just started, y'all. We're in the first 9 weeks still.
Yes, we just got midterms. My kids just came home with midterms Friday.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, I know we like to say a lot of things are hoaxes. But I don't know, something just hit my spirit with this one, and I don't think so.
Hell no.
Because those are children with their accounts of what happened. People talk about crisis actors and that type of thing. I just can't. I can't agree with y'all on this one. I'm sorry. I have to take my tinfoil hat off because they experienced that wholeheartedly.
Yes.
And that is something they're going to have to deal with for the rest of their lives. So when the sheriff, I think is who he was, said, we still got more victims. Absolutely. Because the people who heard it, saw it, but didn't get shot, they're victims as well.
Yeah.
They're going to have to go through an extensive rounds of therapy And it's disheartening as a parent with a child that goes to school because every day they get on the bus or every day you drop them off, you you have this in your mind,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a good feeling to have. It's not. Rich Eyes 504.
Hey, Mod Squad. We over here trying out our restream, y'all. And I noticed it buffers when I click out of the thing. So I'm not sure, but we'll work with what we've got. Amen. Amen.
Mhm.
Let's hear what these, I don't know. What are these? These are just commentators. Are these professionals? Let's hear who these people are.
So, Joey, the father of the shooter, Colin Gray, second-degree murder charges, which is much more severe than involuntary manslaughter, which were the charges successfully brought against the Michigan school shooter Ethan Crumbley's parents. So, do you think prosecutors can reach this bar, second-degree murder?
So more evidence, obviously, Aaron, will be brought forward. But from what we know now, what they're doing, prosecutors is using what they have available. What do they have available?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That does not flow like StreamYard flows. My
Mm-mm.
apologies.
It's okay. It's okay. We're working with what we got. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all are testing it out with us. I'm sorry.
Bear with us. And I even noticed, never mind. We'll talk about it later. Yeah.
You inflict harm upon a child, either mentally or physically, and it comes with negligence.
It's every time I click out.
And a child dies, guess what that is? It's second-degree murder. And so the theory is, if you're negligent here, what's negligence? Do you not have a duty and a responsibility to make sure that your firearms are in a place that they're not accessible to someone? And so I think what they're doing, Aaron, is they're using this law to suggest that the father did not exercise due and reasonable care. And in not doing that, left it to his child, who obviously had problems. And as a result of that, there's deaths. I think it's appropriate.
I mean, Tim, because we know that the teen, allegedly, made threats about shooting a school, and he and his father went in and were interviewed about that. And it was after that that the father gave him the gun that he used to kill people. So just to make sure that timeline, again, is blatantly clear. But in that, when he and his son were brought in by investigators because his son had made those threats, here's what Colin Gray, the father, said.
Please instill in him that if this is whatever or wherever this is coming from, it's no joke.
No.
Like, it's no joke.
Well, we wouldn't be here if it was.
No, I know. And I'm telling you right now, we talk about it quite a bit. Okay. All the school shootings, things that happen.
Yeah,
scary. Hey, are you getting picked on at school? He is. He's getting picked on at school, and is everything okay? That's why I keep going up there.
No.
Because you never really know, and I don't want anything to happen to him.
So, Tim, in all of the interrogations, interviews you've been in as the FBI agent asking the questions, obviously the teen is in custody right now, and you think that maybe his comments or something that he has said even now could have led to his father's arrest?
Yeah, I think it's very possible because from what I heard early on, the kid was cooperating or at least answering questions. And if he didn't lawyer up and shut up immediately, he may have revealed things about why his dad gave him the gun, what his dad said about having the gun, what his dad might have said about bullies and how to deal with them. There's a lot of things that kid could have said to implicate his father. And the fact that he so quickly leads me to believe that he may have said something that led authorities to jump on it immediately.
And, his ex-father-in-law, I mean, I'm saying this is what we hear, right? This is what was said, that Colin Gray, the father, created a hostile environment in the home, would yell at the teen and his mother, that it was a very abusive and dysfunctional situation, if not physically, mentally so. How does that play into this?
So the problem, Aaron, is that goes to what we call as lawyers mitigation. It doesn't excuse and it's not a defense. It might go to what any type of punishment would be, but because there's an environment like that, you can argue that the father should have taken further steps to secure the weapon so that they don't get into his hands. And so to just say that someone has a home like that, shouldn't that then put you on notice even more as a parent to ensure that your child doesn't have access? So it'll be used, but it will not be used in terms of a defense to excuse what occurred.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I know that's right. It will not be used as an excuse.
No, because we showed videos, I think, Saturday of them, hunting and shooting the deer, right? And he was 12 at the time.
Yes.
So the father hiding guns or putting guns in safe, that's not a thing. That was not a thing in their household. Guns were probably very freely open and easy accessible. So this father is probably going to see the same fate, if not worse, than the other parents from the other school shooting. And we told y'all this was going to set a precedence. They were
Mhm.
able to get a law made specifically for that situation to now use in every situation. So y'all
And
are liable for your children and their actions.
absolutely. Absolutely. And 504, we did mention that, babe. I saw that as well, where their mother called the school and they looked, and then 30 minutes later, they just carried right back on to, whatever they were doing.
Mhm.
So, sad situation all the way around. This time, I don't think the school dropped the ball. The parent, the father did. The mother
Mhm.
called. She did her duties as a mother, as a concerned citizen. Um, what more could she have done?
Right. She could.
The administration went looking. They couldn't find him. They did what they're supposed to. And like that guy was saying, we don't know what all the father told his son and how to deal with bullies and, you take him out or, we don't know. Plus, on top of that, whatever mental situations, stress, depression, transitioning, becoming queer,
Mhm.
all of those things, all wrapped up into a 14-year-old's little body. That's too much, y'all. That's too
Yeah.
much. So, yeah, go ahead and get the dad, and then let's see what we can do to get help for these other kids. Okay, parents, y'all have got to be active. I know inflation, bills. I know you get tired after working a 12-hour shift,
Mhm.
um, but that's just your responsibility.
Right.
It's your bed. You have to lay in it.
Exactly.
Choose your partner. Choose your parenting partner appropriately.
Mhm.
Okay, so he not so your gay son ain't with some trigger happy father.
Yeah, right.
You
Right.
know?
Because this is now setting a precedence because moving, right, the young man, I think they said, had an assault rifle. And
Mhm.
that is a big thing in politics. It's a big thing in the nation right now. Is what are we to do about the easy access to ARs, right? Assault rifles.
So, mhm,
So transitioning into the next conversation,
mhm. Come on, God, mama.
a man in London, Kentucky was able to go purchase an AR-15, 1,000 rounds of ammunition,
Mm,
and then later on that afternoon scales the side of a cliff
mm.
and starts shooting into traffic on I-75.
Child, child, child.
They still don't understand why he has done this.
Mhm.
They,
Go lay down.
they don't
Go lay down.
there's things being tossed around in a sense of his wife has filed for divorce. He's previously had some kind of domestic situation going on. Um, Back in February, he was charged with terroristic threatening,
Oh,
but
really?
yes, but they ended up dismissing it. But it was supposed to be
Oh,
between him and his spouse. That's where the terroristic threatening came in. So, but they haven't caught him yet. He's still out in the middle of the woods.
y'all.
His friends from childhood, isn't it? I think what was it, Jonathan Crouch? His friends from childhood have said, they used to go out into the middle of the woods at 13 years old with absolutely nothing and stay out there for days. That was kind of like his jam. He, He's like that naked and afraid type
I
of
was gonna
individual.
say it sounds like Boy Scouts extreme.
Exactly, right? And he was also Kentucky's National Guard. He was a part of that. So he's got a lot of training happening in his background.
And it
Uh,
sounds like he's in his neck of the woods, like he's familiar
ab-
with that area.
Absolutely. And baby, if anybody knows how Eastern Kentucky is, there's caves for days. Those caves run miles upon miles. They have I think we're going on day 4 now. Yes. Yes.
Oh
This happened
Lord.
over the weekend. Um,
How many people? You said there was 4 injured
yes,
or
it was
something?
12 cars in total that were shot. 4 people had to go to the hospital.
Okay.
Some
And is this
people
at night or during the day?
during the day.
So it's daylight.
Yes. He purchased from all the information I gathered, he purchased the gun and the ammunition at around like 10 between 10 and 11 AM. The shootings started happening the first 911 call, I think they said was around like between 6 and 7. So it wasn't completely dark, but it was getting dark.
Dusk.
Yeah. And they couldn't figure out where the shots were coming from. So they ended up figuring out that he was laid low on a cliff and was just sniping people. And they found his car, they found the assault rifle, they found his cell phone, but he removed the battery. So
What kind
yeah,
of cell phone was that? Where you could tap that must have been one of them old track phones. What do they call them? Throwaways.
them burners.
A
Mhm.
burner. And taking a battery out. I can't even if I wanted to, I couldn't find my battery in my phone.
So they did a press conference last night and um they did their best to reassure the citizens of that county that they were doing everything in their manpower. They had the FBI, ATF, state police, local police, sheriff, everybody, um, drones, but they still couldn't find him. So they're
Where's the
thinking,
ex-wife or the girlfriend? Where is she at? Is she safe?
I don't know. No, she was not even talked about really. Yeah.
Somebody go find her.
Well, apparently they've talked to a lot of people, but they're not letting the public know.
Okay.
Because they say they think that if he's watching, they'll
Mhm.
tip him off, basically.
Yeah.
Yes, so they had the highway shut down for basically all day, all night.
Good.
Um, and search has resumed this rising, so maybe they'll find him today, I don't know. But if you know anything about that part of Kentucky, and if he knows how to survive, they may never find that man ever. And let him grow some facial hair, grow his hair out. You know, if he could survive 3 months out there to grow beards and hair, they'll never know who he is because he looks like a typical Kentucky man, Kentucky white man. Because when I seen his face pop up, I was like, "Wait, do I know this man?" And so I had to like do some research. Like, is he from here? Because he looks so familiar to me. Um,
Oh, not do I know him. Oh no.
I'm telling you, 'cause people in Kentucky do some crazy shit. But, that goes to say this is why they want to, and I feel the same way. They should have some type of rule, something for the purchase of an assault rifle, because we are getting to a point to where people are not using them the way they're supposed to be used, like protecting your home.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
I know, but friend, I
We're
can't
not gonna we can't turn away prescription drugs because people are abusing them.
sure we can. Hey, Reefy. Friend, okay, let's be real here. How would you
I
feel?
agree.
You're driving down the road. Do-do-do-do-do. You're listening to your favorite song. Do-do-do-do-do-do. And then all of a sudden, shoo, a bullet goes straight through and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, bitch, I'd be pissed. You already know. I'd be in those mountains my motherfucking self. Okay. Shot and I lived and I lived. Oh no, baby. Oh
Yes.
no.
There was
And I'm
shots
just
coming
bumping
through
my little
people's
Kendrick Lamar.
windshield.
Oh no, bitch.
It was just I was like, I couldn't imagine. I could
I,
not imagine just driving down the highway and all of a sudden
you probably don't even think it was a bird shot. You probably wouldn't even think it was a shot at first, right? You'd be like, "What the fuck? What did I hit?" Usually, when you're driving, minding your business, your first thought is, "What did I hit?"
mhm. Mhm. And that's what a
So,
lot of people were saying, like, they didn't even realize what was happening until after the fact. A lot of
yeah,
people even drove home, got home, and realized, "Oh shit, I got a bullet hole in my car."
yeah,
Like, "What? That's
yeah. Because you
crazy."
don't. That's not your first thought. Is did I
Right,
get shot at? Especially driving down a highway, you're really thinking, "What did I hit? What did I run over? What flew off the truck in front of me?" You're
right.
not thinking a shot. So that
You're
is
not
fucking creepy. But y'all remember that one guy that was also military trained that went around just
mhm.
civilians and stuff. So, and you had mentioned this. Was it last night you said it that it just seems like it pops up. It's like
A reoccurring theme.
uh-huh,
Yeah. It's a
fucking
cycle.
a cycle. It's fucking freaky, man.
It is.
Golly.
It is. It really is once the older you get and you go through those cycles and you really pay attention and don't, like, get so far removed, it is freaky because it's
Mm,
like, "Oh, we're back at this phase again? Okay, yeah, here we go. I know what to do now." You know? But I just still hoax, no hoax, real, not real, crisis actors, no crisis actors, a trained marksman or not, I still don't wanna drive down the highway and get shot at,
hell
period.
no.
Period.
Hell no. Listen, I don't even do that road rage bullshit.
Hell
Listen,
no.
I'm a mind. I'm go ahead, you got it. I could be here all day. You got it. I
You got
don't
it.
do all that. These people out
Mm-mm,
here are fucking lunatics, bro, and I ain't the one because I
mm-mm,
know I like to match crazy. So you
mhm.
don't have it would be like to the death type shit with me because I got pent up aggression too, y'all. Don't
Yeah,
think you the only one that can get crazy, motherfucker. I got years. I will snap on
years.
a motherfucker, okay? But
Yeah.
I do enjoy my life, my kids, my freedoms. So I that's why I fast. Okay, let me get rid of
Mhm,
this so it doesn't build up.
mhm.
Talk about things in threes. Maybe that's what we're seeing if you believe in that idea. Correct. I agree. I agree. Things happen in threes. And just that cycle, that weird cycle. I'm gonna have to
Mhm,
really look into that because I know you guys. Well, we're at the C.C.C. where I can get a little foil tin hat with y'all. Gematria. I'm really intrigued by those things.
mhm,
Signs, times, numbers.
mhm,
So I'm really into that. And 9/11 is this week. Yep.
mhm.
And I had a crazy ass dream last night. So okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 9/11 is in 2 days. Oh gosh.
And
And
the
I was watching Afghanistan shit last night too.
And the presidential debate is before 9/11, how
But
just we talked about this the last time with the DNC, how it was during the full moon and, it's just things
mhm.
to be aware of. Just things
There
to be
is
aware
a September 10th. I'm not sure if that's the day Bush found out. September 10th is significant as well, but I can't tell you exactly why. But it correlates to the 9/11. Was that the night that they moved all the money out of the trade centers?
I think so.
September 10th. September 10th is
Mhm,
as well. What was that word? Gematria?
mhm,
Gematria, it's the study of numbers. If you go look, hell, I turned Kylie onto it too. There's a page. I don't know if he calls it the gematria effect or something. There's a guy who breaks down rappers' deaths. I mean,
mhm.
he breaks down all kinds of things. And if you're into that type of stuff, look into it. They have ritual dates, sacrifice dates. Um, yeah, I'm big into that. You've never, gematria. I think I'm saying it right. I don't know.
I haven't heard of it.
You've never heard of gematria?
Mm-mm.
Y'all, please. It's big in the Jewish community.
I've
And
heard of numerology, but not hold on.
uh-uh. Get into the gematria, guys. Get into it.
Gematria. Ah, ah,
Yes.
ah.
Get into it.
Okay. Gematria is the practice of assigning a numerical value to a name, word, or phrase by reading it as a number or sometimes by using an alphanumerical cipher. The
Mm-hmm.
letters of the alphabet involved have standard numerical values, but a word can yield several values if a cipher is used. I see why it's heavy in Jewish because of Hebrew. Okay, that makes sense. Hebrew has like those little symbols, and so they put numbers to the symbols.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yes.
Huh. We learned something new today, guys. Look at
And it's
that.
how do you spell it, Sophie? It's G-E-M
I'm putting it in the chat
or
for you, love.
okay, put it in the chat for her. Gematria. Yes. So look into stuff like that, y'all. I it's really good for the foil tin hat.
It really is.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, this yes, and it gets a little deeper. It just it breaks down other numbers. It's pretty intense. I enjoy it, but I'm all about a good rabbit hole. Okay, and gematria is definitely a good place to start.
It really, really is.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think I kept saying it was the study of numbers, but I think it's the combining of numbers and letters, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what it is. She said, "I've heard of numerology." It's similar. It's similar
This
to that.
you're welcome, Sophie. Welcome back, Mayor. Welcome back. So yeah, if you are on I-75 towards the exit 49 area, be consciously aware that there is a presumed armed and dangerous man running around in the woods. Okay. And he's not afraid to shoot at the highway. He does no longer have his AR that they know of unless he has stashed some. Because from what I'm understanding, they're still going through his laptops, they're still going through his devices at home to see if this is something he has planned or if this was just kind of like a spur of the moment, wild hair. Oh, I feel like I'm going to go act out modern warfare or some shit today.
Mm.
So just be mindful.
How old is the suspect? Did they put that out?
Mm,
Pimpology, shut up.
let's see.
Have they put out the age of this guy? I'm just trying to, because I'm just, I'm trying to give myself a visual. You know what? Let's pull it up. Let's see if anybody over there, let's go to YouTube and see if Kentucky, let's see what Kentucky's got going on. Kentucky highway shooter.
Joseph Couch. No sign of him as of Monday rising
Today.
today.
Oh, they got his little picture up. I got something
Hmm.
right here. This is kind of what I was picturing in my head. Hold on, let me see. Hold on now. Pause that or mute that. Let me see what's going on. I don't want to listen to it. This is 12 minutes. We don't care. I
Let's type Miss
75.
LaKendra.
Hey, LaKendra. Hey, Queen. Okay, so this is y'all's little sheriff talking about it, I guess. Hold on. Let me get back a little bit. Okay, let's play just a little bit. Hold on. Y'all know
You're gonna have to share the screen because
yeah.
it's
Well,
popped
and
up.
it's doing its buffer thing. So it could just be my end with my Wi-Fi. I'm sure it is. Because now it's not even freaking loading. All right, give me a second. We'll pull this up and we'll listen to what they got to say about this Kentucky man. Okay, hold on, y'all.
We are trying to everyone coming in. We are trying out Restream to see how that flows as a streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
So just bear with us because sometimes things get a little crazy, and I don't know what I'm doing back here because it don't look like StreamYard sometimes.
Yeah, we're trying to upgrade and maintain. Okay.
Mhm.
Period. Upgrade and maintain. Y'all's little sheriff look a little old now.
In Laurel County?
He look a little old, sir. You sure you were up for this chase? Okay. All right, let's go.
No.
Well, we're expanding it as we search, as we go along, and as time permits, and as it gets dark, we just can't be in the woods anymore.
Sorry, I can't change
You
my.
said earlier that some of his actions appear planned. Expand on that a little bit.
Well, let's look at the whole situation. The car is abandoned up there. He abandons his weapon that he used, and he's apparently still in that area. It's probably one of the most remote exits along the interstate. It just looks like it was a planned event.
Planned for that spot.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Planned for that spot.
Because of the remoteness and the ability to haul that.
Correct. Yes.
You mentioned earlier that you recovered a phone. I believe the battery had been taken out of it.
That's so we can't ping.
Sure. But do you think that he's using telecommunications in some capacity, or social media, or?
We think it's extremely possible. Yes, sir. We will stay until it gets dark, and we anticipate being right back up there in the morning. And again, we have a lot of resources up there, and for us to continue to use those resources at the scene, we obviously believe that he's still in that area.
Has a decision been made about closing schools?
The Laurel County Schools and East Bernstadt, which is an independent district, have both closed for tomorrow. Yes.
When you say that you're packing up for the night, do you withdraw all? Can you just kind of explain what the overnight patrol is like?
Just the people that's on the ground in the immediate search area. We're going to continue to contain the area. We're going to continue to have people in the woods. We're not actively searching, of course, but in strategic positions to observe. We're also going to have people down next to the service station. What if he tries to come down and buy him a pop or whatever? We want to be there. But we're going to have the area contained.
Did he say buy him a soda pop?
Baby, you know he did. It's Kentucky, baby. He coming to buy him
in
a
case
pop.
in case he want to stop and buy him a pop.
Listen, this ain't Joseph's first rodeo. I do believe Joseph has had this probably planned.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why Joseph thought that this was a good idea. I don't know. But baby, he's y'all be safe out there. That's all I can say.
As best that we can.
Are you still hopeful you're going to find him today?
I hope we do. I would love it if we found him. Just because as this continues, it becomes more stressful for the community. It becomes more stressful for the officers that are there because we're looking, and we're trying to find him, and we haven't found him, and it's just stressful for everybody.
Is there a chance that he's not in the area?
It's very possible, yes, sir, but not probable.
Why not probable?
Because of some other information that we have that we cannot release. That's the nicest way I can say that.
I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, that's okay.
Would it be accurate to say that you probably won't move from that spot unless you get a report that he's been seen in Knox County or some credible report that he's been seen somewhere else?
Correct, yes. And when we do get tips, and we are getting them in other locations, in the Tri-County area, we've had numerous tips. So I saw him just now. I saw him at the grocery store. I saw him at Walmart. And we followed up on the leads. I'm not saying don't call us because maybe one of those leads will pan out. Call us and we'll check it because that's what we do. But we still think that he's in that area up there.
What is the fact that you're getting so many tips from elsewhere say to you, though, about the interest in the community or what the community sees this?
People are watching it on the news. They're following us on Facebook. and on social media, and they want to be involved. They want to help, and they want to help us get this guy off the street.
You get a sense that people are worried about him being out there in Kiwi or wherever?
Sure. And we're all worried about him being out there. I mean, if we found one weapon, there's a possibility that there's another weapon. Why would he leave
And
a weapon
see,
behind? So,
that's the thing. That's the thing, like, that's the thing. I don't think people really understand, what goes down in Kentucky, okay? I was just watching previous to this situation happening, one of my favorite channels is EWO. There was a man, he was a family annihilator.
Mm,
Uh, but months leading up to his decision to do what he did,
hmm
he did a whole dugout in the ground in the middle of the woods. He stocked it with food, he stocked it with water, he stocked it with guns over time. So
hmm
no one would notice. The only thing he did was a video diary. And
hmm
the only thing that gave him up was because his dumbass made a uh what do you call a wooden stove, and it ventilated up the top so they were able to see the smoke in the air.
hmm
But if he would have found a different way they would have never found that man. So these
Wow.
people are if they know for him to say this was planned, then they already know he has strategically done certain steps before that day.
hmm
He could have a whole underground bunker somewhere. He could have found a cave close to there, stocked the cave up.
Well, and I was thinking the weather's about to change out there.
Mhm.
So,
It got down to like 40, 45 here last night, and that's about 4 hours away from me. So,
yeah.
cause I was telling Crayons, I was like, "Girl, let me be nice to people." Let me
Yes.
just you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because
You never
and
know.
you never know. He could have had a dirt bike stash, so any you never know. You
Well,
don't
you said something earlier that he in February or sometime earlier this year, he had a disagreement with the girlfriend or the wife,
Mhm,
making had terroristic threats put
mhm,
on him about that. So he's had months. They need to go through his bank's statements and see where
mhm,
he been. If he's been withdrawing money, you guys have his name. You have the suspect, but him leaving his car, the rifle, a cell phone without the battery, almost sounds like a like he planted that.
mhm.
Like, oh,
I
I'm gonna
agree.
shoot a couple people. Now I'm just done. Really? Not likely.
Mm-mm.
Without someone helping him access. Well, Soulfight, like we're saying, and I know the stream's a little bit behind. I checked on the phone, but when you've had months to plan, and like Godmama was saying earlier, I don't know if you were here for that part either, Soulfight, that this man has 13, 14 years old would go out to the woods, young kid, and just practice living extreme naked and afraid type stuff. We're gonna go out here with nothing. And some of these people are about that life.
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean he can't get caught. Because
Mhm,
even if you prepare and plan, you know what I'm saying? There's people, there's FBI agents, there's people that have been doing this is their career and they know how to catch a slip up. But you heard the sheriff say something. He's like, well, we have some information we're not ready to put out yet, but we have a
mhm.
good idea.
A
And
good one.
if he want to go for a pop, we'll be there too. Okay.
We'll be there waiting for it, okay? But, I was watching, Pascal, he's a big law on the law tube side. He was talking about it, and there was a lot of people from that part of Kentucky in the chat, and, a lot of the chatters were like, "He's probably off himself by now." And the natural born Kentuckians were like, "You don't know us. Like, you don't know the only time he will take his life is if he's cornered." because he's not going to go to jail. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
once they find him, that's when he'll take his own life. But up until then, that man's out there in the woods. He's trying to figure out his next move if he has not already
Mhm.
planned up until this point. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
So we'll be keeping our eyes on that. Absolutely. Were any
Mhm.
truckers hit?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
12 vehicles. So, okay. Because that's dangerous. That is so dangerous to, you're on the highway and you can flip a car, becomes, a very quick, he might
Yeah.
not have died from the bullet, but now you're, getting ejected from your car or, hitting an
Right.
18-wheeler or an 18-wheeler turnover and, uh, yikes. So, we'll be keeping a close eye on that case for y'all as well. Shout out to all the law enforcement and their presence out there and
Mhm.
praying for those who were affected.
And all the truckers, y'all be safe out
Mhm.
there on I-75. Okay? Don't be
Yeah.
picking up no strangers at this moment.
Hell no. Hell no.
Don't be
Mm-mm.
picking up those strange white men at this moment, okay? Please don't.
Okay. Oh gosh. Well,
So keeping on the train of AK-47s, because I guess that's the theme of today. Now we've got Venezuelan gangs
oh boy.
taking over apartment complexes of citizens who pay taxes, who pay rent,
Pay their light bill.
utilities, their food. Now they are being extorted by these illegal Venezuelan gangs. No lot lizards, Mayor. No.
Child. But
Which
before we hop into this though, Godmama, we had posted on our channel a Venezuela guy
Mhm.
coming and telling us exactly what he was telling other Venezuelans, come squat, come take over their homes, come eat for free. They'll pay. I mean, we'll let him tell it. We got it queued up. But yeah, we had discussed this before. And I know some of our live shows are boring where we discuss immigration, but we were trying to prepare for situations like that. Just putting the word out like, hey guys, this is real. Here is a
Right.
real video of a real Venezuelan telling his other people to come over here and to take over our cities. So we've got that, and then we'll queue up. And then I also want to say there was a lot of controversy where people were saying, well, I don't, hey, Stinson, hey, baby. Hi, baby. Um, People on Twitter are saying, well, it's not on the news, the Colorado situation. It's not on the news. If you're using the news as your only source to get news, baby, you gonna be a day late and a dollar short every fucking time. Every fucking time. I don't know when's the last time I just logged in to go watch CNN and just take it for face value. Oh no, bitch, I'm on
Right.
TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. I don't use Facebook. I'm using all sources.
Oh, I use Facebook.
Reddit.
Trust me, that's why you have a news team or a group of people like with who and you share and that's what we created this podcast for is because some people don't look on Facebook and some people don't look on Instagram, but they look on Facebook. Some people just use TikTok, some people just use YouTube. So, um but yes, it's we
Yes, they
we
are.
we told you guys this was coming. I'm not trying to say I told you so.
But we
But
told you so.
we told you so.
And this was 5 months ago. We were like, hey, this is kind of alarming. What's going on over here? Not that people in Colorado deserve what's going on. Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
But that's the point of these little shows is to pump out. If we learn about it, we share it. That's it.
Mhm.
But this is where to me, this man, let me share my screen with y'all. This man was talking about exactly what is happening in Colorado. He was saying, come do it. Americans are dumb. They'll let you in their house. And if they don't, you
Mhm.
can squat there and get squatters' rights. This man is speaking in Spanish. Excuse me. But we do have it translated, so I guess I can walk that through the translation. But do y'all remember this TikTok video going viral? I'm sure you guys do. Let's replay it.
He pensado invadir una
He's saying right now, my people have thought about invading a house.
casa en United States. Ya que me enteré.
And he's saying in the United States, invading a house in the United States, because he's learned that there's a law that protects squatters.
Que existe una ley que dice que si una casa no está habitada, podemos expropiarla. Capichi, muchachos.
He said something about the northern hoods.
Aquí en United States también se aplica la de invasión de terreno. Y creo que ese será mi próximo negocio. Invadir.
He said he thinks it's going to be his next plan to invade abandoned homes.
Casas abandonadas. Ya que me he buscado unos códigos con mis amigos africanos.
He said he's even searched up codes with his African friends for some of the legal codes, y'all. So some of these people didn't come here like, I'm seeking asylum, I don't know what's going on. Some of these people came here intentionally, well-researched, within their rights.
Mhm.
Y me dijeron que ya llevan como 7 casas expropiadas. Y como dice el dicho, papi, hay que buscar la vuelta. Y la vuelta ahorita mismo es invadir.
He's just saying that the people he spoke with had 7 houses that were already expropriated, and that they were coming. Okay, he said, we're going to come in, we're going to take down not just the houses, but the whole block, the street.
The block.
Okay, they're not just coming for one abandoned house, they're coming for many. And somebody had already had 7 houses lined up before he crossed the border.
Casas, ya que nos encontramos en situación de calle y es la única manera que tenemos para no vivir en la calle y no ser una carga pública.
He's saying they're not coming to live in the streets. They don't want to be a public burden. They want to go into houses. They don't want to be on the streets. Okay? They don't want to be homeless like a lot of these Americans. Oh, no, no, no.
Pública. Capichi, la ley dice que las casas abandonadas, deterioradas y que esté en mal estado, podemos llegar y repararlas, vivir en ellas y si podemos venderla. Hasta pedir crédito.
Here he's saying the abandoned houses that are torn up, torn down, he can come in, fix it up, and then turn around and sell it and ask for a loan. Baby.
That's what he putting them on game.
Putting them on game.
Con ella. ¿Qué dicen ustedes?
Kind of something like what Vic did, basically. He bought a little cheap ass house and then moved in it. Anyways, so that's what they're saying to do. To come in, they don't want it. They say that don't be on the streets homeless. Go ahead and find you a bando, move in it, fix it up, and then you can turn around and sell it. You can get a loan on it. You can do the la 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 la.
You can rent it out under the table and nobody would even know.
Yes.
Girl. And that's exactly what them fuckers did.
Well, let's get into that apartment complex in Colorado, in Aurora, Colorado. It was under a slumlord. This was not a high luxury apartment complex. It did have a lot of vacant units. The city had to come in and shut it down, basically. Finally, they did. This has been going on for about a month. Finally, they did. And the people that were living there before the Venezuela people took over, they were like, why are you guys even living in these conditions? It was bad. So it was, and the landlord, the slumlord, he's going to get charged with some stuff by the city for not keeping up on his end. But that's exactly what that man just described. Go find something abandoned, something with vacancy, and go
Mhm.
take over it. Don't just take over the house, take over the neighborhood. Well,
Yep.
that's very easy to do in an apartment complex that is being rented out by a slumlord. He's not checking in with
Mhm.
his people. I know
He's
there's
not
videos.
fixing things.
He's not fixing things. He's just looking for a check.
Right.
So there is some video, and I know it's all been viral, but we'll share a little bit of it over here with y'all, um, of what they've gone in and done. Okay, of what some of these immigrants have gone in and done. I got to share my screen with y'all.
And that's why it's hard not to get behind certain political candidates when they talk about rounding up, um, illegal immigrants and sending them back home. You know,
Hmm.
that it's kind of hard not to really get behind that because when situations like this happen.
Hmm. Yeah, Reef, I agree. That's how the U.S. military has done it as well. They will go find someplace and get to, well, I'm not a U.S. military person, so I was going to say they don't even find abandoned homes. They go into already occupied homes and tell them to get out.
Right.
Again, I've been keeping up with some stuff going on in Afghanistan, and I was just thoroughly disappointed. So, okay, well, this is what's going on in Colorado, guys. I'm sure you've already seen it, but if you haven't, here's a little clip of it.
Nigga, the Venezuelans is taking over. They just jacked them? Oh, me. These niggas is out here tripping. Bro, damn, they done made a mess of shit.
Nigga, y'all are on bullshit out here. They is on bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Did he almost get
What the?
run over?
Yeah, they're
Yes.
tripping.
What?
Nigga, they
Listen,
cracking off in the air and everything. They driving over the... Nigga, we almost just got hit.
that's gunshot?
Yes. Yes. Y'all see the weapon right there? How he get that weapon?
Right.
Where you get that weapon from, sir? How you just got to
Mm,
the States and you got firearms with the scope on it?
with the scope.
This nigga just pistoled out. This nigga got a pistol, and then this other guy walks up. There is a longer video of this, but it's not included in this, which is fine. So what? They wearing jump. They look, they fresh, ain't they?
Mhm. And you know,
Oh,
I
this
see
is
you chat.
crazy.
I see the chat. Listen. I see y'all. Stinson, I agree. Like don't hush. Reef, I understand. I get it. Reap what you sow type of thing. Um, but god damn. You know what I mean? Like cuz I've even seen more videos of they're shutting down interstate highways and pulling truckers out of their trucks, and if they don't wanna get out, they're shooting the trucks or setting them on fire. It is really wild, wild west out there. I understand that America displaces a lot of people. I
Mhm,
understand that. So that's why I hound to the political figures. If you're going to disrupt a lot of other people's homes, you can't just freely let these fuckers in here.
mhm,
What are you done? Like, are we really doing population control now? Like, what's really happening? Because you know what you've done to these countries. And
yep,
now they have AK-47s, they have Glocks, they've got Smith& and Wessons, they've got gangs. They've got military now, artillery. They're ready. They've studied codes on how to squat and take over. They've studied the laws, and
Yep.
it's about to get ugly, y'all. It's progressively getting nasty.
And I just had a thought. Is this why? Is this going to be another excuse to disarm citizens, law-abiding
Mhm.
citizens? Oh, because now we have a bunch of immigrants coming in using weapons, and now we have to disarm everybody. Hmm.
Right.
I wonder.
And see, that's the other thing. Like that's the theme of today, obviously. AK-47s.
Yeah.
And Kamala has said that herself. We want to take away your AKs. They want to take away your education. This is the cycle that we were speaking of earlier. Like everything comes to this cycle of fear, chaos, disruption. So at some point,
Yes.
um, is this something that's being put into an atmosphere? Like
Mm.
my mind is trying to understand a how or a why. Um,
Got to get into that gematria.
'Cause it's something. It's something.
Okay. Yikes.
Yikes.
And I'm not like super fearful. I just don't live fearful like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do get paranoid at times. I don't live fearful though. However, I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about the state of the world that we're in right now.
Mhm.
This is wild.
Mhm.
This is wild.
This is
Wild,
wild.
wild, wild.
It's just now we have presidential a debate tomorrow, right?
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So tomorrow, our future presidents, are they going to talk about what's been happening over the course of this last week, this last month?
I
Are
know
they
Trump
gonna
will.
Trump's gonna bring it. I hope Trump brings up this situation with the Venezuelan gangs taking over basically a whole city. And I've been to Aurora, Colorado. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Are they going to talk about this or are they just going to sling mud? What's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be here tomorrow,
Yes, we
hopefully.
will. We'll
So
be here tomorrow evening, whatever time they decide to get this debate together. And y'all come join us for that.
I'll
So
have
we
a
can,
bottle of Fundi Fee wine,
yeah.
light skin
Yeah, we're doing a
revenge.
drinking game on a Tuesday, so y'all get prepared. Uh, yikes.
Yeah.
I really don't even have anything to say because I kind of feel like we brought it on ourselves.
Mhm.
You know, this is us being more worried about the next bitch or a BBL or what's going on with Kendrick and Drake, um, to truly be concerned about this, that. And we're worried about Beyonce's album. When do we get visuals, Beyonce? Girl, we have terrorists crossing our border. Who
Right.
gives a fuck about Beyonce right now?
I see the new argument that's rising when I woke up was Lil Wayne is upset because Kendrick Lamar gets to perform the
New
halftime
Orleans.
show at the Super Bowl and not him. And I'm like, are we serious right now? Like, we're that okay. I ain't seen Lil Wayne pop out last time I seen that man, he looked like he was 2 sheets in the wind from death, okay?
Yeah.
Let it go. Let's find something
He's
else.
admitted himself he can't even remember his old lyrics. So, child, I'm good. Keep it up, Kendrick. I don't care.
Or don't, or whatever, because I
Yeah,
probably
I'm not
won't
even
watch it
into.
anyways.
I was gonna say I'm not even into halftime. I did watch Rihanna, y'all. I did. That shit went hard.
I
Um,
I can't
I
tell you the
watched
last time I've
Rihanna.
watched one, honestly.
I did. I watched me some Rihanna and I loved it. I said, okay, Rick, because I'm a huge Rihanna fan. But you see, she kind of stay out the way. She just be smoking
Mhm.
her little blunts, having her babies and stuff. Um,
I do too, Stinson. I wish that they would understand that we're over the mudslinging. I wish they would. But It wouldn't be presidential talks if there wasn't a little
At least
mudslinging.
in America, at least in the
Mm,
USA. And,
A
and
lot on
we have Trump. Trump's up there, so we're gonna get some mudslinging.
and don't just put that on the USA because Jessica from the British taught us that they do mudslinging as well. Okay, so it's not just us.
Gosh. Oh yeah, that's right. I told her, well, we don't care. But yeah, Stinson, Trump won't be scared to talk about it. I'm no Trump fan, but I will say he'll go there. Oh, he's absolutely going there
Mhm.
because, hey, Auntie,
Hey
because
guys.
the border, because she's our vice president. She
Mhm.
was the border Caesar, so it's gonna be discussed.
Oh no, she's not that no more. Remember that was a misprint, a misquote.
Please, you
That
can lie.
that never
You can
happened.
lie to these dumb fucks. You ain't lying to me, bitch, because I
That
seen the
never
paperwork.
happened.
I've seen the paperwork. So you can go back and do as you please, honey. Honey.
Honey. No.
Okay.
She tried to say that never happened. That was never my title. Like, what? I
Mhm.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, we're watching it, Reef. We're gonna air it over here for y'all. Just like we did the Trump and Biden, we're gonna extend the same courtesy to Kamala.
Mhm.
And like I said, I haven't heard a Kamala debate since she was debating up against Joe. So I know it doesn't matter, but I'm excited.
I am. I'm excited to see how what happens because I it's more than just those two, right?
Mhm.
Isn't it supposed to be the independent party supposed to be there, the Green Party supposed to be
Mhm.
there as well,
Yeah,
right?
because we have our Robert F. Kennedy. He's going to be in the background supporting Trump, and yeah, it's very blended this go
Is
around.
what's her name? Jill?
Yeah,
Uh,
Stein.
yeah, she'll be there, right?
They
So
won't be there to
yeah.
speak.
Oh,
They're not there to speak. They're just there in support, take notes. They're not there to
boo.
speak. This is just a true debate between Kamala and Trump, just like
Okay.
Biden and Trump. That's what we're
Okay.
getting.
Okay.
Yeah, all
'Cause I
that
would
other
like to I would like to hear Jill participate in a debate. I would like to hear, but
Pence,
whatever.
Pence.
Don't lie to me, bitch.
That's exactly what I said. Don't lie to me, bitch, because I seen the paperwork. Your name was
It's
Border
fair.
Caesar. Okay.
Mhm.
You
It
can try it if you
really
want
was.
to. And the reason I know that is because when I was going through looking for the Venezuela thing,
Mhm.
I found where we were talking in the group chat about Texas has a lawsuit against Biden administration. Guess
Mhm.
who's listed on that? Vice President Kamala Harris. So
Mhm.
you can lie to us all you want, bitch. It's on the paperwork.
Your name's on the paperwork, ho.
It's on the paperwork. So, period. Debates aren't her strength. They're not. And that's why I'm excited.
We'll see what she does, if she does the "Can I speak?"
They're muting mics.
Yes. Oh, they're gonna be muting mics.
They're muting mics. And she's tried to. Uh-oh, Restream. Look at Restream gave us a little notification. 100 messages today with Restream. Thank y'all for commenting in our chat. Thank you. Thank you. We
See.
appreciate it. We just got a little medal from Restream. Thank you,
Aw.
Restream. Um, However, you gonna have to be if you want to play with the big boys. You gonna have to get down with the big boy style, and debates is
Absolutely.
one of them. So the way y'all built up your little thing for Biden and got him in there, shot up with adrenaline and all this other shit, y'all can do the same for Kamala.
Absolutely. That would be like me going to participate in Auntie's purge and asking him to mute people's mics so I can talk. Like, he'd be like, "Girl, what? Like, we cool and all, but what?
Can you mute her mic,
Can you mute her, please?" No,
child? So
that's just not how this is gonna work. So I wanna know if she's going to pull the stereotypical antics, the "Excuse me, are you gonna let me talk?" Or I wonder if she's going to constant because the last debates I've saw her do that she does a lot of that, like, "I'm speaking," that type of thing. And that will and we might have to make that a drinking phrase. Like, if she says that, we have to take a drink.
mhm.
I don't know. And so I'm curious to what she's what Kamala's gonna bring, because I know Trump, he been planning this shit for since he lost the last election. Okay. Period.
Thank you, Sulfite. Thank you. Well, this is our first time streaming on here, but it gave us a little notification saying we've received 100 messages today with restream chats. Okay. Well,
And we're
StreamYard's never gave me a medal for that. Okay.
period. The stream, so we can talk about Restream for a minute. I do like, because we've been here for about an hour and 15 minutes. I
Mhm.
do like how it integrates the chat on the screen,
Mhm.
especially on my end, because I'm always away from the chat and can't see the chat, you know.
Mhm.
Um, I do like the way that it shares the screen, but I don't like the glitching aspect.
Yes, I have to stay on this stream or on the screen that I'm streaming. I can't
Mhm.
come back to restream because usually I'll just play it and then come back to StreamYards and just watch it from StreamYards.
Mhm.
But it mutes up, it fogs up. So again, it could be my Wi-Fi today. I doubt it because it's saying I'm fully good to go, and we have beautiful weather today. So I don't know.
But
You just
right,
got restreamed? Okay, Stinson. Cool. We'll
and
come
this
give
is
you
the free
100.
version. Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the free version too. So that could be it as well.
Yeah, we're trying out the free version because it is cheaper than StreamYards. I'll let y'all know that. It's cheaper than StreamYards. It does look very, very similar to
Mhm.
StreamYard and how it operates. But in the free version, you can't upload anything. You kind of got to use what they use, and you kind of got to tweak it to be able to do an intro, outro type of thing.
Mhm.
But one thing I do think is cute is it generates QR codes for the chat to be able
Yes,
to
it does.
hit to donate.
Mhm.
It'll be able to generate codes for our merch shop. And that's one aspect that I really enjoy over StreamYard, is
Yeah.
because it gives more interaction for the chat.
Mhm. Yeah, so we're liking it. We're testing it out. Today went smooth considering it's our first time using it.
Mhm.
Today
Yeah.
went smooth. So we'll be back to using it. We'll probably use it tomorrow for the debate for sure. Absolutely.
It is very, very cost effective, Soulfight. Very
Mhm.
cost effective. Even their, because they have a standard and then they have like a expert, and even the expert is more cheap than StreamYard.
Mhm.
Mhm.
See, I thought that too, Auntie, because we even played with Streamlabs.
Mhm.
We This isn't the only one we've played with,
Patreon.
and there's another one out there too we haven't tested yet either. But this is just like that.
Mhm.
StreamYards, and as far as sharing, like we can drop a link and you guys can hit the panel. You don't even have to make a StreamYard account or a Restream account. We've already played with it behind the scenes to see how it is for people to pull up, blah, blah, blah. So we can still host panels over here. And I think
Mhm.
it's up to what, 8 people it said or something? I can't
I
remember
thi
for the
I
free.
think the free version is 6.
6, up to 6
Uh-huh.
people for the free.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hmm.
So and the only thing that's different is, which we're doing the free version. I can't tell you if Pro does anything different, but it does not authenticate people who hit the link.
Hmm.
So you kinda gotta do it over here on the side in the
Hmm.
corner
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
you add them into the stream. You kinda,
Yeah.
it's a little different than StreamYard is, where
Mm.
StreamYard's like, "Yep, this is who this person is."
Right.
They're fine.
Yeah.
But again, this is the free version, so I
Mhm.
can't really pull up I just learned how to kinda pull up what StreamYard would consider a banner. But you have to do a whole other thing on the side, and y'all seen me do that in mid video, and it cut the video completely off. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
didn't work the way that StreamYard is.
Yeah.
Um,
So there's some tweaking on it, some playing with it. There's still more to do, but for what we do, this will work for now.
mhm.
This will work for now. Yeah, we got to be more careful. You know what I'm saying? Or not. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come up and, you know what I'm saying? We can edit it out. It's no big deal.
No big deal. Just put it on private for 10 minutes. It's fine.
And to your right, Streamlabs is more for gamers. That's exactly
Mhm.
how we felt. We were like, oh, this is cool, but not for us. Not for the type of shows we want to do. So,
Yes. Yes. Straight exactly that last comment he said not so good for open
okay.
panels or any of that. Because for the type of shows we do, we would have to literally download the videos, upload them, go through a whole production, and I
We're
love
not
y'all,
doing it.
but it ain't worth that.
I'm
It ain't
sorry.
worth all that.
We're not there. We're not there. And by the time we do get there, we'll have a production crew to do it for us. Okay?
Amen.
Period.
Amen.
Okay. So it's nice to see the chat on the screen. Yes, right? So fine. I like that too with the chat on the screen. And then for people who have each other blocked, um, just stuff like that. Yeah. So it's
Mhm.
cool. I like it. I like it. I think it worked for what we needed, and I'm grateful.
Very, very much so.
Shout out to God Mama for finding it. And we just threw this together this rising. The ticker, the upload, you know what I'm saying? We threw it together real quick, like, fuck it, let's go.
Let's go.
Fuck it. Y'all be all right. Y'all be all right. I told God Mama if they don't like it, they can hit the down like.
Yes, y'all
Period.
hit the down like or the up like, we don't care. It is interaction that matters the most. That's
Okay.
it, that's all.
That's it. And we see y'all interacting today with our 100 little messages.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
But
All
I
right.
think that's our show for today.
It is.
In the news that you could probably use, I-75ers in the exit 49 Laurel County area, please be on alert that they
Mhm.
have not caught your active shooter yet. Um, that's all I got. And we'll be here tomorrow for the debate.
Yes, we will.
Um, if you would like,
Auntie, if you want to come through tomorrow while we listen to the debate, come on through, Auntie.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We will probably drop the link and let y'all come up and kick it with us if you want to watch the debate, play the drinking game or not. You know, that's your choice.
Smoking game, drinking game, whatever.
We don't force that. But it was fun. It's nice to be back. Um, it's nice to be back. I've missed going live. I really
Mm.
have.
Listen, I love a down like. Y'all come in and hit that down like button because I don't like, you know what I'm saying? But we've moved past that. We're here for up likes now. We're here for up likes. And we'll
Yes,
keep
yeah.
y'all posted on the community wall with that Kentucky stuff. I did set
Mhm.
a Google, I have a Google notification for it. So when I get it, I'll share it. And just to keep everybody in the know, okay?
Mhm.
In the know. You might not be from Kentucky, but maybe you know somebody out there that's Appalachian or whatever they are out there. Um, yeah, that's very scary times. And I'm glad they closed the school. And hopefully they keep the schools closed until this man is found. The children they've gone through enough.
Enough.
Enough. Protect these children the way you try to protect your BBL. Okay? The way that you try to, never mind. Never
Mhm.
mind.
Go ahead. No, the way that you try to protect your right to go in and delete these motherfucking babies,
Mhm.
protect the ones that are still out here, okay?
Please.
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 You
Okay?
protect your right as a female to have the choice, as a male to have the choice. Protect the ones that are already here,
That's right.
living, breathing, moving, trying to navigate this crazy ass world.
Hmm. And if you don't have kids, you got nieces and nephews, and you know their mama and daddy ain't shit, go step up and be a good auntie. Okay? Go step up and be a decent family member. That doesn't mean you have to go adopt them and turn them into CPS or anything. Just be active in these young kids' lives, y'all. I can't
Please.
stress that enough. That's why I adopted my godchildren.
Mhm.
You know, open door policy over here. I don't
Mhm.
care who your mama is. If you're hungry, you need a place to sleep, or you need a shower, or you just need a place to come down and smoke some weed. Come on over, baby. You'll be all
Mhm.
right.
My
You'll be
god
all
baby called me last night talking about, "Mama B, I got senior pictures. Can you do my hair? I just need a retwist."
right. Sure
I'm
can.
like I'm like, "Okay, what time?" 8 o'clock. So she calls me at 8 o'clock. She's like, "Mama B." I'm like, "What, girl?" "Well, I'm gonna go home and take a shower. I'm like, "Oh, no, baby. When is retake? We'll get retake. I'll walk you through how to get you a cute little updo to take tomorrow, and if
Yeah.
that doesn't suffice, we'll do. But you're not about to come over here at no 9:30, 10 o'clock. I love you. You know Mama B. I don't do that. It's late.
Yeah.
Kitchen
It's too
closed,
late.
house closed."
Okay. And retakes are about 2 weeks to a month out. So there you go. That should give you a time frame to,
Yeah,
get it in.
exactly.
But be
Mm,
there, be there for these youngsters, boy. They got a lot on their fucking plate. I didn't grow up like this. I'm an 80s baby. I was outside on my bike,
mhm.
waiting for the fucking ice cream man to drop through. Okay. I was doing my mom's yard to make me a little quick $20 to go buy me some Cheetos Sprite and a fucking blunt. Okay. My childhood was nothing like this. Okay.
Nothing.
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 So we got to be there for our babies.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yes, we will. And I'm excited.
Replay gang, shout out to you. We kept this short and cute.
We did.
We'll drop the link. Uh, I haven't closed the show in so long. It's awkward now.
Listen, we gonna close this show. We're out. We don't know if we got an outro for y'all or not. Either way, we'll be back. Okay? We will be back. Thank y'all for the support. Y'all be easy.
Doodles.
Peace. Oh, the screen went black. I guess that's the end.